Welcome to another unboxing video. Today I have Redmi 10x Pro, but this is not only an unboxing video. I have added Antutu benchmark, PUBG gameplay and camera review. It's more than unboxing. It feels like it's more like a review. Okay, let's start the unboxing. Xiaomi and Redmi unboxing is the similar thing. As usual, after opening the box, there is another box. Inside the box, there is a TPU silicone protective case and some paperwork. Yeah, there is also a SIM ejector tool. And underneath that, that's our Redmi 10x Pro. Okay, let's put the phone aside for a while and let's see what's underneath the smartphone. There is a 33-watt charger. Yeah, Xiaomi and Redmi says this is a very fast charger, but at 2020, 33 watt is not that fast. But if you consider the price and you know that this is a Redmi device, so it's fast enough for a Redmi device, 33 watt charging. And also there is a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. Okay, it's time to unwrap Redmi 10x Pro. Yeah, this time I have chosen the blue color version and I think I don't like this color. It doesn't look that good. Okay, on top there is a secondary noise cancellation microphone and a IR blaster. At the bottom there is a USB-C port, primary microphone and a speaker grill. But most importantly, Redmi 10x Pro comes with a 3.5mm port. SIM tray is actually on the left, power button and volume rockers are on the right side. I really like that red accent on the power button. A lot of people I think don't like that, but personally I like this. In hand, Redmi 10x Pro feels good. Yeah, it don't give you any premium feelings, but having Gorilla Glass 5 in front and back makes it more durable and more scratch resistant. Yeah, if you compare this with any other Redmi smartphones or with any other smartphones in its price segment, then of course it will get 8 out of 10 in build quality. Okay, look at my face and you can understand what type of performance you can expect from this Redmi 10x Pro. I mean, yeah, you can play games, you can select up to HDR graphics and ultra frame rate, but I wouldn't recommend that. Rather, I would recommend that you select HDR graphics and high frame rate and enable anti-aliasing. That will provide you better graphics and a lot better in-game experience. Yeah, this offers some kind of fluidity. This is not as fluid as Redmi K30 Pro, Vivo iQOO Neo 3 or Realme X50 Pro Player. So you know that this one is not in the same league with OnePlus 8 Pro. Okay, another thing is a lot of people may say that this device never gets hot. Yeah, it's always around 38 degree to 41 degrees Celsius. I mean, even after playing 2 hours, it won't go beyond 42 degrees Celsius. So that's pretty cool. But the reason behind this cold temperature is not its thermal heatsink, it's actually thermal throttling. I mean, as soon as Redmi 10x Pro starts getting hot, it starts slowing down its processors. There is a thermal throttling. So you can see here, after the first run of Antutu benchmark, it got more than 400,000. And okay, let us run this back to back. Let us try again. Yeah, in between I gave these smartphones 10 minutes to get cooled down and then I ran for the second time. And after the second run, this goes down to 267,000. This is totally because of that thermal throttling. Another issue I found with this is that in-display fingerprint sensor, yeah, it works fine when it works, but sometimes there is a lag, sometimes it is not that accurate. I know you are waiting for this section, I mean the camera review or a few words about the camera. The main sensor of Redmi 10x Pro is a new and a very different sensor than any other smartphone. This is OV48C 48 megapixel sensor from OmniVision. Apart from OnePlus 2 in 2015, it's hard to recall a major phone launch featuring an OmniVision image sensor for its primary camera. The specifications of the OV48C certainly sounds impressive, but we have to check it side by side with Sony's IMX686 and IMX689, also Samsung's 108 megapixel ISOCELL bright HMX sensor. Apart from that main sensor, Redmi 10x Pro 5G comes with a 8 megapixel telephoto lens. Yes, there is OIS on this telephoto sensor, but there is no OIS on main sensor. Also, there is a 8 megapixel sensor underneath the ultra wide lens and there is another 5 megapixel sensor underneath that super macro lens. Yeah, you can record up to 4K 60 frames per second, but let's check how is 4K 30 frames per second. Here you can see there is no type of stabilization and I wouldn't recommend that you record any video on 4K. Why do you need 4K when this is a pain for your eyes? Rather, when you select 1080p 30 frames per second, it's a little better. There is some kind of stabilization. Yeah, there is no OIS, but there is EIS and that works fine. In my true opinion, this is no way a camera-centric smartphone. Now let's switch to front camera, and as Xiaomi and Redmi never put any type of stabilization on their premium smartphones, then how can you expect any stabilization on a budget device? Yeah, there is no stabilization in selfie camera, so while recording video with that front camera of Redmi 10X Pro, there will be some stabilization issues. But exposure, color grading and the overall outcome of this 20 megapixel selfie camera is not that bad. Portrait images also have very good creamy bokeh effect. Not only the front selfie portrait, the rear camera portrait is also really nice, especially that edge detection. That made me very happy. I am overall happy with the camera setup, but as I have mentioned earlier, this is not a camera centric smartphone. I mean, you won't get the best outcome from this camera setup. Look at this picture. I was really happy with Redmi K30 Pro super macro photos, so I thought that Redmi 10X Pro would provide something similar. But the outcome from that macro lens is nothing similar to Redmi K30 Pro. Overall, my first impression about this camera is, yeah, it's a good mid-range camera setup. If you need a smartphone with telephoto lens, then of course this is a good one. But truly, do you really need to spend $100 extra for a telephoto lens and 11-watt faster charging? I am going to stick to the Redmi 10X rather than Redmi 10X Pro, because the camera performance of Redmi 10X and Redmi 10X Pro is truly almost similar. The only difference is that telephoto lens and other hardware specifications, it's totally the same. Okay, what do you think about this smartphone? Detailed review and detailed comparison with many other smartphones are coming soon. If you want to watch any other videos about this smartphone, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And if you have liked this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button.